pumps, dumps, and everything in between, baby dolls. Spot altcoins is the way to make it in crypto. There's a lot of ways to actually skin this cat. You know that saying, friends, a lot of ways to make money. The problem, though, is a lot of them are hard, and you do sacrifice the upside of the spot altcoin circus because everything is correlated to each other. If you're an experienced trader, you're going to be trying to make anywhere from 30% up to like 150% return on your account. And guess what? Only about 1 to 5 out of 100 people are going to make it. Okay, and obviously there's some fluke shots and stuff in there. So I'm here going to show you a story, friends. Remember, James Wynn is being the North Manchester man. I don't know where he's from, but like, you know, just got to be careful about his location. Don't want him to get spooked or anything. He's basically, he threw in, you know, like 25 to 30 million into Hyperliquid, starts gamble trading. Now, I just want to show you just the swings that we go through, friends. This was his P&L, okay? He made 87 million at the top, and now he's back down to 8 million. So, in 3 days. In 3 days, Habibi. So, friends, you just got to be careful, okay? So, obviously, he's enough to... he's retired, right? He's punter, like he loves punting. You just hear it in his voice. He's a pom. So, shout out to him out here, but you can't be doing this, friends. Like, if you're trading, remember, you got to be looking for an edge. Your edge, most of it, it's not in leverage trading, okay? Leverage trading, remember, why do people even do perps? Why do they do perpetuals and futures? It's because they want liquidity. Why do they want liquidity? Because they have to throw size around. Okay, you probably don't have size to throw around. You want stuff with thin liquidity. You want stuff where there's no perps, right? There's no futures trading product on PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, none of them. Now, there are like one exchanges, like a GMX fork on PulseChain chain, but you get the point. It's not like there's all these cross market makers and stuff out here which are making everything thicker. So that's why the upside can be tremendous if we start to see the explosive growth. Now, man, just seeing this chart pattern, like it's funny. The comments, man, the comments were hilarious. People were saying like, does he feel what we feel when we go from 5,000 down to like 450 bucks? And it truly is a sight to be seen. I mean, he's Crypto Cobie. We've all been there. So Crypto Cobie's a billionaire, friends. Crypto Cobie, I mean, like this should be a life made about his story as well. He's like, he's OG Richard Hart style. Crypto Cobie put in, I think, 400 pounds into Bitcoin back in like 2011. And yeah, he's a billionaire off it, right? Not just Bitcoin, probably traded into like, you know, Ethereum ICO. I don't know. He never really spoken about a lot of it. He was obviously the host of Up Only. But then obviously what happened was, FTX happened pretty much. So that pretty much just basically he's like, you know what, screw this game, screw this whole industry. But he's still around. He's still around. So man, it's kind of amazing. It's just $87 million up. He's like, nah, I'm going to keep punting back down 8 million. It really does reflect what a wild industry it is. I mean, check this out. Seeing James Wynn withdrew it all yesterday, only to redeposit it back and revenge long Bitcoin, only for it to once again turbo reverse yet again, and now he's down 16 million in 12 hours. Fascinating to watch this in real time. The bro is like $600 away from liquidation. Oh, golly gee, friends. So, like, we thought there was some sort of psyops here and someone was trying to scam everybody. No, it's just actual, like, he's just a freaking mad punter. Like an act. Because you don't see this out there. No one comes out to the world and says, hey, everybody, come and get my stop. You just don't do that, friends. Like, I'll give you an example. Imagine you knew, let's say example we all know about. Imagine we knew that pDAI has a buyer out there who is forced to buy $50 million of the coin if it goes above 1 cent. If you knew that, wouldn't you be buying now? Yeah, you'd be buying now. Like the crowd would be like, oh yeah, let's get in. And someone's going to trade it up to 1 cent. And this guy has to be forced to buy $40 million in. Okay, now do the inverse of that. If you knew someone has to sell $40 million worth of Bitcoin at market, if you just ping it down a certain price, wouldn't you try to go and swing it down? That's exactly what's happening. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Crypto Knight as well. It's just not worth it. Play the cycle, in low, out high, and goodbye. See you next cycle. Easier said than done, my friend. Because as we know, friends, there's like, you know, there's 10,000 plus altcoins to choose from, 50,000, 100,000, all over pump fund and everything out here. So he got the itch to trade. Happens to all of us, right? That's why you got to focus on your edge. Okay, you really do, friends. Also, friends, shout out to Jeremy Lafufu. I invested $4 million in this. Get in early. This will grow to $20 million. PulseChain encoded. It's actually interesting. I like sometimes watching friends, you You know, like if you watch a lot of footy players or basketball players, they'll sometimes watch sports of like other sports because they're like, you know, in the game. So I like to sometimes look at what are they doing in stocks, you know, like his biggest position is Facebook. He doesn't even like Facebook. He's like, you know, but he's looking at the forward PE and the growth rates. He's measuring them based off mind shares. Like, oh, what's the brand like? And like for a whopping move for them, they expect the stuff to be up 50% in the next 3 years. That's like a giant move. It's like 15%, 15%, 15%. That's like the forward PE. So we really are spoiled, friends. Bitcoin is crashing as we speak, Sommi. So if you're talking about this little shitty move, okay, bro, we're crashing, dude. Like, what do you mean crashing? So we knew this is part of the schizo game that it wants to play. And if it has to do the whole little jittery move down, that's fine. I mean, like, this is crashing. Come on, bro. Come on. And even if it comes back down here, who cares, man? Who cares? We're still loading the ultimate alt season, aren't we? And do I think the ultimate alt season will come? Yeah, I do. Friends, look at this. An Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for $18,000. So, look, man, there are literally guys out here hustling invisible artwork. All right? And you're telling me that we won't get a double bubble alt season of our lifetimes? Come on, man. Come on, bro. You're willing to pay $18,000 for an invisible artwork? Do I have the coin for you, my friend? That's why I've got to crank it a bit.
Don't be a stranger, 'cause I'm out here waiting, pushing boundaries of patience. No, I'm out here waiting.
Oh yeah, by the way, friends, all my friends and family, for the 10th time, it's not a real cigarette, okay? I'm starting to get messages like, hey, my mum told me that you smoke now, bro. What's going on? Crypto's not going so well. I'm like, bro, your mum can barely speak English. How is she on YouTube? And why is YouTube sending me to her? I love you so much, by the way. What's going on here? See? It's not real. It's not real, friends. It's kind of funny, man. This is how this is why they think, oh yeah, crypto's not doing well. You know what I mean? So let's just be honest with each other, friends. Let's just be honest with each other, okay? Crypto fundamentals, because it's network effects, and you can bridge in and you can bridge out, it's very hard to value. It's like, how do you value a city in a world where you can teleport anywhere across the world in 60 seconds? It's very hard to value a city, isn't it? Because literally, imagine your car could literally take you to another country in 60 seconds. Very hard to value property there, isn't it? Because you're like, oh crap, if something's bad here, they could just move straight away, you know? So the whole crypto industry should just be honest about their crypto content to the world. My bags should be 25x higher because I really want them to be. Call it fundamental analysis. That's pretty much it, friends. Like, it's all just screaming network effects. And we're trying to make sense of this world because that's what, you know, you can bridge in and out, click in and out. Things get mind share, then they don't. Something's cool, NVIDIA goes on a run, and then it makes AI popular. Then AI is not cool anymore. Now Donald Trump is just starting to yell about, you know, Russia and Ukraine. And you see what I mean? Like, it's very hard. That's why meme, cult, religion, the archetype works. You need something to believe in that's greater than just this seasonal TV appearance, right? Obviously, metaphorically speaking out here. Just like learn from Bitcoin, right? They really believe that if you get Bitcoin adopted in the whole world, you fix the money supply system. And then we don't have wars anymore because you can't print the currency. Now, we all know it's a bunch of hocus pocus eventually because the government's never going to give up all the power. But, big but, you don't need it to play out, bro. If you just get in early enough, you need enough people to believe in it. There you go. You see? For the rest of us, PulseX is ready to fly. PulseX, friends, buy and burn decks. I just have an arrow going up. Man, it's been a long time. You know, friends, the PulseX buy and burn, it's pretty cracker as well. Like, think about this. In a shocking, disgusting altcoin bear market that's lasted for 30 months of bad ISM, we've already bought and burned 7.16%. Bought and burned, right? So in a bull market, it's going to ratchet up. Like, just imagine when there's perps and there's futures trading with PulseX, Hex, Inc., right? What's going to happen if pDAI actually runs up and it gets a lot of volume into the chain? That buy and burn ratchets up. And then PulseX is bonded to Pulse. So it's just dragging everything up. And it's bonded to Hex as well. So all of this symbiotic relationship, it'll start to make sense later on. So I'm still very bullish on everything. There's nothing else really that we can argue about. But yeah, a lot of people are still concerned because as you've seen it by now, James Wynn, Crypto Banter, Blockchain Backer, Ivan, Uncle Bobby Lucas, on and on and on and on and on. Crypto Crew University Steve, they all think the cycle's over in July. All of them. They're all like, yep, it's all over soon. And I don't think it's over. I know, yeah, stocks are high and like, oh, we've been running for a long time and it's ready to pop at any moment. I know that, bro, but I just don't think it's over, dude. Why? Okay. Is it because I peg nipples? Maybe. But if I was to put it down for the fundamentals, I don't think crypto's worth 3 trillion, bro. And I don't think, like, friends, they're literally saying it's over. Like, I want to show you. They're literally saying it's over here. They're like, but I don't think we're going to grow from 3.3 to 10 trillion in like 60 days. I hope we do. I don't think so, man. I just, you know what I mean? There's just how business ISM just ticks 52 now. I guess. Flash PMI though. We have to wait for the revision. That's probably, let's say it is 52. Just be optimistic, yeah? That's not enough for me. And what I mean by enough for me, like, bro, we're tokenizing the world. Stablecoins, they're going to grow to 2 trillion, man. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, remember, friends, he even went on TV. Smart dude, man. He said stablecoins are going to grow to 2 trillion, man, in the next 4 years. So he read the report from the Treasury Secretary Committee, from the committee. That's huge, fans. Do you know what that means? Like, just so you know, okay, just so people aren't getting it. When we talk about stablecoin demand, what's going in your mind is you're like, boring, the coin can't pump. Okay, that's what you think. The US government gets a semi-chub. Okay, they get very randy, if you know what I mean. Why? Every dollar minted as a stable coin goes to buy the US Treasury. It creates a bid for the US government to go and spend more money. So they are excited about crypto stablecoins growing to 2 trillion. They're right now about 250 billion or whatever. They're excited about the 10x growth because they're like licking their lips. They're licking their lips because that is literally, they're thinking in their mind. By the way, Bessent literally said it. He goes, that's $2 trillion of demand for our treasury bonds. Isn't that amazing? Right? Not amazing for people holding it. You're a cuck if you hold it, but it's amazing for the government. It feels like to them, they're like, oh my gosh, we've unlocked more potential. It's like they found the way to kick the can down the road again, which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny, like crypto. It's not wild, friends. Like, we made crypto. We thought we were going to pop their bubble. No. The government's like, wait a minute. You guys are actually going to help us kick the can down the road even more. Kind of wild how it's working out, right? So that's why some people bet on stable coins. I bet on unstable coins. So unstable went to 0 twice. Could go to 0 for the 3rd time.
Stupid pDAI. Don't buy that stupid coin not worth talking about, even though I've tweeted about it 33 times this month. Stupid coin, pDAI.
Thank you very much, Mr. PLS Dragon. So it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Man, it's funny. I'm not making content for you, bro. I'm making content for me. Yeah. Haven't you ever seen all the greatest investors? None of them say, go and buy 148 stocks and diversify yourself when your net worth is as much as a freaking shopping cart trolley. They don't say that. What does Peter Lynch say? What does Warren Buffett say? What did the late Charlie Munger say? What do all the great investors say? What does Stanley Druckenmiller say? What do they say? What about Jeff Gundlach? They all say, punt on a few things, concentrate your punts, and watch them closely. You know? Warren Buffett says you shouldn't even own more than 8 stocks. You know? He goes, the real number's like 6, but just make it 8. Yeah? Isn't that wild? You're like, wait a minute, Warren, but you own 148 companies and all these. Yeah. That's him now. That's the way to win. You concentrate and you watch them closely. That's why you have to sniff them very closely. Everything else is secondary. Now, here's the thing. What if it doesn't work out? Okay, it doesn't work out. But if you have that attitude about everything, you're never going to make it, right? It's kind of like, let's say you've got a son, pretty good tennis player. Hey, son, go and play 15 sports every weekend. Practice bowling, go play cricket, play some football. No. How about you just focus on tennis and see what happens? Imagine your son says, oh, but what if not good enough? Okay, if you're not good enough, bro, but try. You see? It's the same principle. We have to focus and concentrate. However, it's tough in markets because you get it wrong, can be fatal. I mean, pDAI went to zero twice, but the thesis is there, man. The peg nipples are there. StableCoin SuperCycle, they're all coming in. People want yield on a stablecoin. This is an unstable coin. PulseChain is the only sovereign nation chain, literally, because it's got a legal regulatory thing on it as well. There is no founder of these forked stablecoins. No one knows what the hell's going on. First cycle unicorn, went to zero twice and survived. Is a cult within a cult. It's just tick, 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 tick. I know, friends, I can literally already see myself in one of those dark, shadowy, like, you know, big home run traders, like, podcasts where they're like, hello, love, tell me how you made it. And I'll tell them, listen, I went all in onto the thing that should have went to zero for the third time, but it didn't. And then it worked out. Sorry, you can't repeat that again. But that's it, friends. All of this big stuff you actually can't repeat. However, you have to be building up your knowledge base, your skill. Like, man, I traded for 10 plus years, you know? So, friends, if I hadn't traded for 10 years and then stopped for a long time, okay, I would have the itch. Oh, sell and buy and do this and do that. And what about all the people in crypto, but they stop at Bitcoin? What about all the people in crypto who stop at Ethereum, who stop at Soy, who stopped at Phantom, who stopped at XRP? What about all the people still farming DeFi stuff? You see, like, all these things out here. And by the way, I can still go to zero. It's just that I can just sniff it already. I can sniff it. I wasn't in Hex from day one. Almost was. What happened? I asked a couple of dudes on Reddit. Remember, friends, I asked them, can a coin go below 1 Satoshi in price? And they said, totally, dude. Don't put your money in Hex. You're going to get scammed. Literally did a 10,000x from that point. It was literally, yes, it was literally the bottom. And by the way, I had a feeling in my head. I was like, you know what? I got a feeling these guys are like, I got a feeling I'm talking to cucks. And I'm not joking. I spent about 1 minute trying to look at how to buy Hex. I couldn't find it. I just stopped. I didn't have a MetaMask. I didn't know what Ethereum was. I didn't even know how the chain was. How do you go do this? No idea. I just stopped. Right? So that's the best part about it, right? That's just how the story goes. So you know the story by now, right? Only one way to make it. I will succeed because I am crazy. That's it, friends. So all my personalities agree. Thank you very much, Mr. Turbo Long. Success is my only option. Failure is not. MFs. So yeah, friends, you're seeing. So that's what I wanted to show you. Mr. James Wynn. There's leverage trading and stuff. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to make money. Like, but what's making money to you? You know what I mean? Like, there's different levels of risk, but you know, there's a start and there's a finish, and all the games play. It's literally it's a horse race. Yeah, you know the horse race, friends, when they fire the gun off, all the horses run. Yeah, you don't get to bet. There's whatever. There's 18 horses or whatever. So you don't get to bet on one horse, win, and then go bet. Oh, you bet on horse 7. And like, hey, can we rewind the race so I can bet on horse 3 now? No, the race is over. It's the same thing with you. You're playing one cycle. So at the end, there's going to be a scoreboard. There's going to be, you know, the 1% of leverage traders up and down. They're trading on Binance, Bybit, whatever it is. There's going to be like the trench guys, the LA Vape Cabal. Everyone has like a scoreboard that you'll never ever see, right? There'll be people who just held Bitcoin, people who just held Ethereum, people who just held XRP. There is that, right? And then there'll be what we call the unicorns. The stuff where the number is like off the charts. Like, it's just like you've never seen anything like it before. Like, it shouldn't exist. It's the anomaly. It's basically early Bitcoin when you put it on a stock chart. Like, early Bitcoin, this thing did like remember, friends, stocks are like doing, like a 20% move in the year, etc. And then like if you go check out Bitcoin, let's say looking at Bitcoin in 2013, right? Everything's up like, a stock was up like 20% in the year. And then this thing is up 9,800%. You know what I mean? So if you had a chart here, this is what all the stocks look like. You have all these returns. All the stocks are like up here, 2%, 2%. And then you literally have Bitcoin like up here. Okay, it literally shouldn't even exist. It's literally off the charts, bro. You're like, what the hell is that? You see what I mean? But you can't repeat that. Yeah. So that's what makes these things unique. You can't repeat them, but actually, luckily for us, we are blessed. You can actually kind of repeat it, but your return over time, right? So next time you punt on it, you don't get Bitcoin up here. You get Bitcoin down here, and then down here, and then down here, and then it's just basically on the line next to gold. You know what I mean? So it's going down every year. That's diminishing gains. The thing is, though, to even have the mindset to be able to look for that stuff, that's the alpha. The alpha isn't, this is the thing, because you don't even know, bro. You don't know what the hell you're holding. Look at James Wynn, by the way. He's trading, for example, holds something, $87 million, comes back down 3 days to 8 million, right? That's why it's a believer's cycle. Yeah. Thesis, stablecoin SuperCycle. Okay. Is it contrarian? Hell yeah. Okay. PulseChain, gate kept everywhere. Are the fundamentals strong? Yes. Meme cult religion. There are hex tattoos. There are PulseChain tattoos. Right? Are we crazy, or is it just that not everybody has heard about it? Well, I think not everybody's heard about it, and we're a bit crazy as well. Let's be honest. Okay? Because there's no bridges everywhere. Deep Bridge doesn't even support us. You can only do $200 per transaction from Change now. Binance hasn't listed us. Crackhead hasn't listed us. Gemini hasn't listed us. Buy-Shit hasn't listed us. Cuckcoin hasn't listed us. All these exchanges haven't listed us. They've listed Dave Portsoy's dog shit, scam grifter tokens, and some random dog shit AI stuff that gets grifted anyway. Okay, sweet. So, this is information asymmetry. Right? So what's it going to take for them to list us? Price has to go up. That's it. Price has to go up. But if you're looking at it now, you think, oh no, we're just not good enough. No, bro. Price just has to go up. And what are we waiting for? The business cycle. Because we know altcoins are a function of the business cycle. So the thesis is in check. Stablecoin SuperCycle. Meme cult religion. The price is cheap as hell. First cycle unicorn. All of these line up. And it powers up PulseChain. You don't even have to like pDAI, bro. Like this, it basically fans like, think about this, like pDAI is so special. To me, I'm like, well, the chain that it's on has to do well. You know what I mean? It's like Uniswap. Amazing technology. It's like whichever chain Uniswap deployed on had to do well that cycle. And guess what? Ethereum did a 48x last cycle from the zombie virus to the top. It did. It was a big return, right? So I wonder, with my peg nipples, I wonder if PulseChain could do a massive 50x from here. Bang, 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 bang. That'd be nice. Up to about 20x sack price. That'd be beautiful. Obviously, I hope it goes higher. Yeah, but that's how I see it. If you get if the first cycle unicorns on a chain, guess what? Everyone wins on there. But we're still waiting for the business cycle. When moon. It's a believers only cycle. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.